Alrighty. All right, so we'll catch yours. Hey guys, we're on season 2, episode 3. We are here with Jenny D. Paul. We have some technical difficulties. We're trying to live stream on Instagram. Mine's not acting right. So I got a little thrown off. So thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, definitely. So yes, we're actually where we're at. We're in the Project Kindness closet. I'm sorry, I got thrown off with that. But anyway, how I met Jenny, right? She's the owner and the founder of Project Kind, right? Nonprofit organization, right? And how I met her, I was stalking her in Starbucks. I saw your van. It had Project Kind plasters, social media, everything. And, you know, Starbucks, you have that little corner there where you can donate through so many things. So we got in contact with each other, and I said, you know, I want to get more involved, and take it away and introduce yourself. That's how we met.
Okay.
How we met, yeah.
Yeah, I'm Jenny DePaul. I'm the founder and CEO of Project Kind. Yeah. I live here in Rockaway, grew up here, my family's here, and we decided that we wanted to, you know, reach out to the community and start doing outreach, and it led us to starting Project Kind. And it's been a wonderful journey. Yeah,
if you follow Jenny, you can see her day-to-day, you know, connection with the community and everything like that, which you're very prominent in Newark, right? And throughout, and you're going through Texas, you're doing so many different things. But tell us a little bit how you got involved and started with it.
Right, so I'd have to backtrack a bit.
Okay, backtrack.
So, yeah, so it's always been really important to me that we find a way to share what we have with other people, right? Mm-hmm. So that's something I've always been really intentional about trying to do. Mm-hmm. And early on, when I was first married, my husband and I had decided that we wanted to share our home and our family with others, and we started doing foster care.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And really, it was through that journey that led us to this idea about Project Kind. Okay. You know, all the things we had learned through our experiences with every child who came to us, especially one that we ended up adopting.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, I love that.
Yeah, so, you know, he has special needs and lots of challenges, and it was through that experience and all we learned through him that we were like, you know what, it's so important, I think, that people know no matter what your challenge is, you have great purpose, you have something to share, and wouldn't it be great if we could just go out there and create these opportunities for people to do that. Right. So it was really my family, we decided, let's go be a reminder to people that they're loved and that they, again, have something to share and they have purpose. And we started doing that by doing outreach in Newark.
I love that. Wow, that's like, yeah, keep going.
Yeah, you know, so really, I always give the credit to my son who, you know, he came to me when he was 1. He's almost 16 now.
Oh my God.
He's considered severe on the spectrum.
Okay.
But he's really what inspired us to move forward with this movement. Right.
I love that.
And we started out super simple, just sharing some time with people that we knew were in need. And then we're like, you know what, maybe other people have something to share too.
Yeah.
And that's when we started sharing people's stories on social media. And asking people if they wanted to be a part of their journey. Okay. And from that point, it really just grew. And it was just an outreach. And then we decided it's time to become a nonprofit.
I love that. So outreach, for people who don't really know, outreach is like be getting involved into the community, giving, like, if you can explain a little bit, some people might not know that.
Yeah, so for me, when I say outreach, it's you know, about finding places where people are in need and meeting that immediate need.
Okay.
But with Project Kind, we try to take it a step further. You know, I never want to just hand someone a sandwich or a toiletry or a coat and then walk away.
Right.
Like, I want to really get to know who they are. I want to give them an opportunity to be seen and heard in a way that's really true to them. Right. And have others be able to connect with them. So when I do outreach, you know, I'm bringing these items to them that the community is sharing with me. Right. But then I'm spending time with them. Yeah. You know, I'm sharing that meal with them. I'm sitting with them. And, you know, we're forming a relationship.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. I know. Yeah. I watch everything on Instagram with you, and I'm just like, I get so extra connected with their stories. Like, everybody has a different path and stuff. And so it's I like that it's not just a drop and go and then just say here if you need this, and then just you actually form that relationship with them.
Right. I mean, that's really for me the most important piece of it. Because a sandwich isn't going to change someone's life.
Right.
But it is very important, right?
Yeah.
But really, it's reminding people that someone sees you and people care. Right. So when I bring them items, I'm always really intentional about letting them know where they came from. Like, hey, just so you know, like a Girl Scout troop made you these sandwiches.
Yeah. The story of
the journey of that donation. Right?
Not just here you go, here's, I like it.
Yeah, I think that's so important. And with Project Kind too, it's so much about the person in need, but it's equally about the person who's giving. Like, I want people to know that no matter what you have to share, it means something. And, these, big gifts are great and money is needed, absolutely. But that sandwich that you took a few minutes to make, sharing that time, is equally as important.
Absolutely. And I think that's great too, passing along the message where it came from, because a lot of people, I know, like for my mom, for instance, she's like, oh my God, this person can use this. I wish they know that, like, I'm really giving it with love, like some people, like, I think that's really important. I love that. There's a story along the way with this.
There's a story to every gift. And it's so, I want the person who's giving to know where that's going and feel that connection, but I want the person who's receiving it to know where it came from.
Right.
So that is a big focus of ours. And then along the way, I meet people who are in need in other ways. So maybe they're ready to transition from experiencing homelessness to being housed. And there could be something very, very simple that's holding them back that somebody out there is able to provide.
Right.
So sometimes it's just a security deposit or a month's rent. And that's when I'll put the ask out there and say, does anybody want to share that with them?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's another reason why we wanted to get involved. Like, we have, we stage properties. And I said, if there's ever, a necessity with furniture, because we have pieces sometimes that we don't use anymore, or blankets or stuff like that, instead of selling it, giving it to someone who could benefit from it, because furniture gets expensive and stuff, so it's like a huge help. But so we're gonna kind of bob and weave throughout, because we did have questions before. I put it on social media, and we had some pre-questions. We had Stephanie Zecca, who wanted to be here so bad. She is like a fan of yours. She's also a kindness queen, she says, and she really wanted. So she's like, if you could just ask her these questions. So you did touch on where you grew up, right here in Rockaway.
Right here,
right. And she has another question too. What was probably one of your most memorable projects that made you super cry?
Oh goodness, I have to say, I'm so attached to every person. We've been a part of, helping them in some way move forward. But there's a few things, a few events, and a few people that are very close to my heart. So I have to say, we've done an annual event at Giants Stadium, partnering with the Giants.
That's awesome.
That has meant a lot to me. So that event's called the Worthy of Love Fest.
Okay.
Love
so that.
We've had 2 of them, and we were planning on having a third, but COVID kind of
paused
everything. That. But we'll have another. Yeah. So the whole concept of that is really just a day to celebrate the fact that we're all worthy of love, right? And we bust in 120 people who are experiencing homelessness that we've formed relationships with over the years. And then we invited Partners in Kindness to be at the event, people who have been giving, right? So now they get to personally meet the people they've been giving to.
I love that.
Which was my favorite part. And during that event, we gave them the opportunity to have spa services, yoga, chiropractic care. We invited service providers from the area so they could link to services. There was lunch and karaoke and a speaker.
And that sounds fun.
The players came, and that event for me kind of summed up what Project Kind really is all about. Right? It got people out of their area for a little while just to kind of experience something that maybe they might not have had the opportunity to do, like tour the stadium, meeting players, things like that. That's probably one of my favorite events.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
And then as far as people, I mean, it's hard to pick one.
I know. I know each story is different and touching.
Yeah. I mean, there's been a few moms with babies that we've helped that have been really grateful, you know, to be able to be a part of. But
It's hard. It's a tough situation.
Yeah.
So how do you become a partner for people who want to get involved and stuff like that? How do you become a partner? How does people, you know, get more involved with the cause?
Yeah. So we make it really easy.
Easy.
Basically, if you have something to share, you're welcome to share it here, and we will attach it to somebody who's in need. Okay. Ways to get involved really are.
Sorry, keep going. Sorry.
Okay, it's okay. Ways to get involved are, you know, we're always needing people to make sandwiches, whether that be at their home, their school, their club, or here at the Kindness Closet. So you can make sandwiches. We are always in need of seasonal clothing, toiletries, non-perishable foods, you know, coats, things like that.
And
blankets.
you guys, we're actually in the Kindness Closet. I don't know if you could show the camera really quick so people could see.
We are in the Kindness Closet. I just want to say, because we just got done doing an outreach for Texas this weekend, the closet was a little neglected, so it's a little crazy in here right now.
It's okay. We all have closets that get crazy.
Yeah, it's a little crazy. Other ways to volunteer, you know, we're always needing people in the closet to help organize, sort.
Right.
And then if you have a skill, you know, that you want to come and offer, you know, we're open to it. And also, there's no, like, it's not like you have to volunteer a certain amount of hours. You don't have to be a certain age.
No pressure, just
No, it's really, you know, we try to create opportunities where anybody can get involved.
I love that. I love it.
Yeah.
And also, I know that you posted something about like team building.
Yeah.
I love that because we were kind of getting excited to get involved with that too. If you want to explain to about the team building aspect of it.
Yeah. So the idea. I used to run Project Con out of my home for 7 years.
Yes.
And it got a little crazy as we started to grow, and then we had this idea about, you know, finding a space, and we did. And the idea was that we would invite people here to have these team building events where you can make sandwiches, volunteer, we'd have some activities, you know, you could bring some food and all that, kind of hang out, and then know that, you know, what you've done during that time will then be that night distributed.
Okay.
So yeah, we're asking corporations and groups, you know, even like girls' night out, birthday parties, like
girls' night out. We all need one of those.
Yeah, to come on over here and we'll get you all set up, and it's just a good way to love it. Yeah.
Love it all. I love it all. Okay, we have a few more questions. With everything that goes on, I mean, you have a lot to juggle. How do you recharge? How do you recharge for yourself? How do you find balance? I guess people don't really like to say balance, but how do you unwind?
So I don't have a good answer for that. That's something this year I'm really trying to focus more on is being a little more, you know, I always say intentional, because sometimes we really have to be, you know, really try and like make a point to do something. So the me part, you know, I love what I do. So even though it seems crazy, for me, that is like my escape. Like, I love going and doing outreach. I love going and visiting with these people I've formed these relationships with. And really, quite a few of them they're my friends.
Yeah, I love that. So then how do you make your life crazy then, right?
You're like,
I'm kidding.
You don't want that. No. Yeah, I don't want advice on that.
No, I love
For me,
that.
the more I take on, it's just my comfort is in chaos, which is odd.
I know it's the hustling and the busyness. I think like standing still sometimes, which sometimes we do need to stand still.
We do.
It's a little like, okay, I need to be around the craziness, busyness, I should say. So, what's another question we have here? Stephanie had a whole bunch of questions throughout here. Okay, where does your motivation come from? Like, where does your drive come from?
Yeah. So I really believe that we're all created with like a purpose, right? Like we're here for a reason, and I think for me, there's certain things I've just been drawn to that just come natural to me.
Right.
And I just kept feeling this tug, like, okay, you need to be aware of those things and figure out what they're there for a reason.
Right.
What am I supposed to do with them? And, you know, even since I'm young and, you know, again, started out for me with taking in kids.
Yeah.
And kids that were considered difficult to place, you know, like the more challenging it was, the more fulfilled I felt.
Yeah.
So, so for me, it's just a feeling of peace that comes with what I'm doing,
Right.
which motivates me even more to keep doing it.
Okay. Love
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I love that. Okay, so let's see. We had another question here. Where did it start again? Oh, we got that one. So talk about a little bit about the Texas release that we saw you, you know, with the big trucks, and you're going to help out in Texas, and other kindness closets too that I know you kind of touched on, like throughout. Like what do we see more in the future for Project Kindness?
Okay, so all right, so let's talk about the Texas outreach. So the From Jersey to Texas with Love outreach was actually an idea that my beautiful friend Kathy had, and she came to me with, and she's a very important piece of Project Kind and a volunteer. So she had this idea, like, you know, we need to help them in Texas. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, so let's do it. And we really had no idea how we were going to make it happen. And just like we always do, we put it out there and said, this is what we want to do. Does anybody want to be a part of it? And I mean, instantly people responded.
Yeah.
So Uber Freights offered us a tractor-trailer and a driver. So then we're like, okay, well, now we know what our goal is. We need to fill this 53-foot tractor-trailer.
Yeah.
And again, put it out there to the community, and within a matter of days,
oh my God,
they came.
I saw.
It came.
I was like, oh my God.
So we found an organization in Houston, Texas that is able to house all of those donations. And then they're going to open it up to the community and just, you know, distribute them.
Nice.
I'm going to meet them there in Texas. I'm leaving tonight.
Crazy, oh my God.
Yeah, because I really want to meet the people.
Right, of course, yeah.
And I'm going to spend some time with them. And yeah, so now we're trying to think of other similar things we can do maybe in other areas like that.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah, it's inspired. If you guys are not following Jenny, especially on Instagram, because, you know, Instagram is more like active, like story after story and everything like that. Project Kind 123 is where they can find you, right?
Yeah, Project Kind 123.
And we'll put all the links and stuff like that.
And then the Kindness Closet.
Yes, I'm sorry.
So the Kindness Closet. Okay, so we've only had this Kindness Closet for a year, and we opened it right before COVID. And since opening it, we have had other people ask us, like, can we have one here in our state?
Yeah.
Actually, I think it's in Uganda. Somebody is interested.
Wow, oh my God.
So with that, though, which I would love to do. You know, I'd like to have them everywhere.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what that looks like or how that happens, you know, as far as funding and things like that. But that is a goal, for sure. Is to do that. But the Kindness Closet's been a blessing, and
yeah, I mean, I remember when I used to drop off on your porch.
You did.
So I remember, and then when you said that, I was like, okay, yeah, that I remember. And then when you opened here, I was like, oh, this is great. And I could come out all the time, you know, dumping, you know, and unloading and stuff like that. So
I have to tell you really quick, the moment I realized that I needed the Kindness Closet.
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever told you the story about the raccoon.
No.
Okay.
No.
So just really, really quick, because this will kind of sum up what my life looks like. So people would drop off donations on my porch. So every day we got them just so blessed, hundreds of sandwiches and all of that. But the raccoons had realized that this was happening.
Okay.
So they started to visit me every night. So when I'd get home at 2 a.m. from outreach, you know, there would be like a family of raccoons.
Oh my God.
With sandwiches, like eating them just all over my porch. So one day I load up my sandwiches into the van, I run in the house, I come back out, I start to drive, I'm on the highway, and I hear like a rustling, and then I look over and there's a raccoon.
Oh my God.
No, there's a raccoon sitting on on the passenger seat.
No.
Seriously. So this raccoon, so I'm driving, so I'm like, okay, what do I do? So this raccoon crawls onto my lap.
Stop it.
I swear.
Oh my God. I will.
And now it is
Stop. Oh,
I'm kidding. It is standing, and we are like eye to eye.
and you're driving?
And I'm
And
on
you're
the
driving.
I'm on the
Oh my goodness.
and I'm driving. Okay, so here it's he and I, and in my mind I'm thinking, okay, this is like the papa raccoon. Like I can tell, like I need to get him home. Like his whole family's there, but I'm also thinking this, he's gonna attack me.
He's gonna kill you.
And then my third thought was, you need to take a selfie of this.
Stop.
But I can't reach my phone because I'm like paralyzed. So I'm driving, and it's like a good 10 minutes, right, before I can find a place to move over. So again, he's so sweet though. He's just staring at me.
No.
So I pull over, and I unroll the window, and another like 5 minutes, he finally crawls out, and I left him there. But that was the moment I'm like, okay, Jenny, your life is out of control.
Yeah.
And
and you're very brave.
you need to fix this.
Okay.
And then we started looking for the closet.
Thank God.
Yeah.
I would have died because we had a raccoon visit in the backyard, and I'm like very like it was big. I saw the hands, like, and it wasn't even that close to me. So I would have died. I would have punched it. I would have died. So I don't even know how you.
Oh, he was the sweetest, I have to say. But he really was. But
well, he was well fed.
I knew not. I was really trying to be as still as possible because I'm like, he really could,
Oh yeah.
hurt me.
Oh my God. So was he like staring at you?
Oh no, I mean we were this close. I mean he stood up on me, so he, and he was big.
Oh, I know. They're like big. I mean, I'm just in awe. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
That's
but now
scary.
we don't have to worry about that. So
They are very cute, but they're very. They could do some damage.
oh yeah.
They can kill.
Yeah.
They can kill.
But I did separate him then from his entire family, but I'm sure they're okay.
They find each other.
And now we've stopped
Yeah.
feeding them, so.
Yeah. It's
So
okay.
yeah, but now we have refrigerators and space and all is good.
That is so.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a crazy story. I would have. I'm just like, even an ant on me. I'm like, I bug out. Oh my God. I love that. I love that story though. Okay, so a few other questions.
Okay.
I know you kind of talked about, I don't know, book. Okay,
yeah,
you were
yeah.
talking about a book coming out.
Yeah.
If you want to, let people know about what the book really consists of.
Sure. Wow. Okay. So the book is coming out soon. It's called Why Kindness Matters.
Mm-hmm.
And really it's kind of about the journey leading up to Project Kind, all that's happened since Project Kind, and, the impact that kindness has, how it really is contagious, and it really can be the answer, and kindness can fill in that gap for somebody and help them move forward. It's kind of everything I've learned along the way.
Yeah.
So it'll be coming soon.
Can't wait. I mean,
I'm
on top of
excited.
more busyness, that writing a book on top of that, that's a lot too. A lot of preparation.
It is, and I was nervous about it, and it took some convincing, but I'm like, so many amazing things have happened, not because of me, but really because of everybody who's come together and partnered in kindness, and I think that's important to tell people. So a friend of mine who helps people write books was like, let's do this, and I was like, okay. So I would encourage anybody who's looking to write a book, and something's holding you back, to really consider it, because you could have something to put out there that people need to know. And if you have questions about that,
my mom will have a
know.
question because she's been dying to write her childhood story, which is like, her life is.
I think she's
amazing. She's been through a lot of stuff, so she's always like, I don't know if I could write a book. I don't know how to write a book, and I'm like, well, just start journaling, writing, and then, then we'll make a connection with somebody. Then,
right. And I can connect whoever to the person who's helping me, and they can move it along.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. I love it all. I love it. I keep saying that's my favorite word. Love. I keep saying it all day long. So before this, I don't know if we touched this, before getting super involved in everything, what is something that you did before all of this?
Okay, so I've taken some time off from working to take in the kids. So I want to say I have two daughters, biological daughters, Lily and Annabelle, and Kentel, who I said I adopted, and then we've taken in. So sometimes I'd have 2-3 foster kids at a time. So it was a lot going on.
Yeah.
Before that, I did do social service.
Okay, nice. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I mean, Okay. Yeah. I used to work before this. I used to work for my cousin who owns a for kids with autism.
Oh,
school.
okay.
Early adult learning. With kids who have
like a
autism.
program,
Yeah.
like a program.
A
Okay.
program.
That's
Yes.
awesome.
So I know the whole. It's a lot. Hats off to everybody who has a challenging situation with kids and stuff like that, learning spectrum. What was another? Okay, so when we kind of close towards the end, we do like the little rapid fire questions.
Oh,
totally
no.
like
Okay.
you can't see them.
Oh boy.
But before we get into that, is there anything that you want to leave everybody with a couple of nuggets? And anything that we maybe not have covered?
No, I mean, I think we covered everything. I would just say, if you're feeling a pull towards something, consider it and let love lead you. And sometimes you have to be a little vulnerable to do that, right? It's a little scary, but it's there for a reason.
For a reason, yeah.
Yeah, just kind of listen to that.
I love that. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna have a little fun.
Oh no!
Like 5 questions, and you have to answer it super fast. First thing that comes to your mind.
Oh
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, no. Okay, they're fun.
Okay.
Favorite book?
Oh gosh,
The
Bible. I know it's so corny, but I have to say.
That's good. Okay. Favorite food?
Oh, Chinese food.
Oh,
Love
okay.
Chinese food.
So greasy, I love it. Pet peeve.
Oh gosh, my pet peeve is when people say they're going to do something and then they don't.
Do it. Okay, yeah. One thing that's on your bucket list.
I need to get to Africa.
Oh, okay. All right, we got to get to Africa. Hey, we got to put it out there.
It has to be done.
Okay. Favorite vacation spot?
Oh, I don't vacation much.
Oh God. Okay.
I'll have to think about. I don't even know.
All right. Never. Favorite spot? California.
Well, California is my absolute favorite place.
Okay,
I have to say, I feel like I will end up there.
Yeah.
It feels like that's my
home, right?
It does.
I love it. I say this all the time. It's like
where I belong. So I'll
yeah,
there.
I know.
Yeah.
I want to be there too.
Yeah.
Was
that all of them?
That was all.
Okay, that wasn't that bad.
There wasn't that bad. I said it was fun and light.
No.
Okay. So we tagged her on the post. Follow her if you want to get involved in any type of way. Just DM, write message.
Yeah.
Get
Go to the website.
Go to the website, which is
projectkind123.org.
Okay, perfect. And on Instagram, you can follow her on Project Kind 123.
Yes.
On Instagram, and then on Facebook, she's tagged Jennifer.
Yeah, Jennifer DePaul, and also we have a Project Kind page.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. I love
Thank
having
you.
you on,
I love you.
and we'll see you soon.
Okay, peace.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.